Hello everyone, I give you a quick guided tour of my Masters of the Universe Vintage and Origins stuff which I have on display. Let's start. I have it here on this acrylic display when I display stuff. So let's start. I have this brand new Battle Cat which is still in the box, looking very great. Here we have a Super 7 Hordak. Quite nice, I think. And in this shelf we have Webster and Two-Bat from the vintage line. And we have a Blast Attack. He's resting in the display because it's kind of fragile. Stuff always breaks off if you don't watch out. Here we have Mechanic and the Super 7 Skeletor. And here we have Squeeze hanging in there from the Snake Man. We have Ram Man here and Snout Spout. And a modular, multi-bot custom, so to say. The awesome Ryoblast, Tongue Lasher. And we have Flying Fists He-Man with all his weapons and the shield. You have Snake Face and Thunder Fist, Thunder Punch He-Man, Cobra Khan and Redlor. Lingering here is Montana together with Roboto, Whiplash and the awesome Laser Light Skeletor with a custom made staff and a custom made cape. Well, you can't have everything unless you're willing to pay for it. We have the Mossman, Leech, Extendar. We have Fisto, Stinkor. We have Cyclone, Evelyn, Bassoff. Then we have Sorot, Tila, Jutsu, not Jujutsu but Jitsu. We have the awesome vintage Battle Armor Skeletor. We have Stonedar and Rockon, the one still transformed in a rock. We have Multibot, and we have 2 times Stratus, one the vintage one and one the Origins one. Very nice, both of them. And here I have some VHS versions of the Filmation series, the Secret of the Sword movie, the motion picture VHS, and some episodes also from the Filmation line, all in German 1980s packaging. Okay, let's skip to the other rack. Now we have a display half of an extra Grayskull which I have with Soar on top and the infamous Faker. First with my first kind of stand which I created from a lid. You can actually find that easy to make video in my playlist on my channel if you might want to check it out. And we have a second version, I think a better one, of that stand, custom made with some Fimo clay, China clay, and also a custom made laser light He-Man, because that one is so expensive and I even wasn't able to get hold of it, so I made my custom one, which I personally like. If you're interested, you can also check out how to make one on my channel. Let's proceed, and we have 2 Mermen. In the front we have one from the Origins line and a vintage one in the back. Also the duo vintage line and Origins is the Beastman. In the front you have the Origins one, which I think is also awesome. I like the coloring of it, the orange, and the vintage in the back. The same duo, we have Skeletor in the front is the Origin one, and in the back we have a vintage one. Let's continue to Scarecrow. This is an Origins one. I have one somewhere around here from the vintage line, but actually he's very fragile. He kind of dries up, so I'm not supposed to put it out too much on display. We have the Trapjaw duo. In the back we have the duo, the vintage one, and in the front we have the Origins one. Next we have the Man-at-Arms, no, not the Man-at-Arms, the Many Faces from the Origins line. We have a Spycore here and another duo Orco. In the back you have the vintage one, the front you have the Origins one. Man-at-Arms, Origins, Zodiac duo. In the back you have a vintage one, and the front you have an Origins one. Another Skeletor version, Clawful, and we have a Battle Armor He-Man from the vintage line. Let's continue some other stuff. What I did once I got some of the figures is that I put the vintage extra ones in an Origins box or a Super 7 box and put them kind of my 70s style hardwood ceiling. So this one's not actually this is of course an Origins one, but over here you can see a vintage Skeletor in a Super 7 box. Same over here with the He-Man in a Super 7 box. The Hordak extra I got, put it in a Super 7. We have the Man-at-Arms also here in a now Mattel Origins box. Same here with Grizzlor. An extra transforming He-Man from the Super 7 series. Another kind of custom made Skeletor which I put in a Super 7, not Super 7 Origins box. And here are some extra ones. The Beastman vintage line put in an Origins box, a Super 7 Grayskull Hero, and extra Zodiac. Together now we come by from a 1980s German poster which kind of shows the figures, which is a nice setting for the extra figures. I put kind of a ceiling. Now we have an Orco in a vintage box, Super 7 Merman, Origins Triclops, Origins Roboto, vintage Stratos in the Origins box. Let's continue with the She-Ra, Super 7 She-Ra and the Hordak 7 She-Ra. We have many faces in an Origins box. Origins He-Man, Super 7 He-Man, Origins He-Man, Origins Skeletor, Super 7 Possessed Super 7 Skeletor. First one actually that I bought, like I think in 2001, I don't know, 15 when it came out. So it was kind of the first boxed figure I got since I was a kid. So this was quite amazing. So it has a special place here. And the Super 7 Skeletor. And now I'm closing this video with my special setup of my display of my castle. So my, yeah, if you see that the castle, not a Snake Mountain display, the Fright Zone, a Slime Pit, and has a Grayskull. Of course it must fit with like a 1980s tape player to play all that Masters of the Universe audio tapes, which were released over here in Germany now, which are really awesome to listen to. So thank you for watching and see you in the next tour. Bye bye.